Hi there, my name is Thiago and this is Inglês Everywhere, the podcast that helps you improve your English. I want to invite you to join me every week to take you to the next level, listening to all kinds of content, stories, interviews, chats, and a lot more. Welcome to Inglês Everywhere. Olá, ouvintes do Inglês Everywhere. Você que já acompanha o podcast, no episódio número 4, vocês ouviram um papo bem interessante que eu tive em inglês com as minhas alunas Júlia, Carol e Carol. No episódio de hoje, eu converso mais uma vez com elas e também com Sofia, que não pôde participar do episódio anterior. E a gente fala sobre o processo de aquisição do idiomas delas, desde os estágios iniciais, ainda na infância, até atualmente. O nosso papo foi bastante enriquecedor e, ouvindo experiências distintas, eu creio que você também vai encontrar as melhores estratégias de aprendizagem que melhor vai funcionar para você. Antes de darmos início ao episódio, eu peço que vocês não deixem de nos seguir na plataforma de streaming de sua preferência e visitem o blog, onde eu publico as transcrições das histórias e biografias, em ingleseverywherepodcast.wordpress.com. Curtam agora, então, o episódio com as minhas alunas.
So I'd like you to tell me a little bit about how you started learning English. How old you were, if you went to an English school. So tell me a little bit about this experience.
I was probably 7 when I started going to English school, but I really learned when I was about 12 or 13, I guess. I learned because I used to watch series and some TV programs and this kind of things, and I really liked it to listen to some songs. So that's how I learned.
Okay, nice. What about Sofia?
I was really like Júlia. I started when I was 7, and I think I really started like progressing more when I was 11, 12, because it was the age that I started like watch TV shows, movies, a lot of things, and this helped me a lot.
And what about Carol?
I think that I went to an English school when I was 12, maybe, and then I start learning. And before that, I used to listen to music, and yeah, I think it was that because I always really liked English music. And then when I started the English classes, I started to see TV series and movies with subtitles, and it really helped me.
Okay, I see. So it was together with your classes. In the case of Julia and Sofia, you didn't mention going to school. So what do you think that helped to improve or at least begin speaking the language?
I started like when I was 7. I got in an English school, but it was more grammar. It wasn't like very much speaking, but the teacher like say like how can I say incentivar?
Encouraged.
She encouraged us to try speaking more, but it was like more grammar than speaking.
I was in English school since I was 7, I guess, but my family already spoke the language, so I had contact with the language really early, and that's how I learned. And I finished the course, I don't know, is that right?
Yeah.
When I was 13.
Okay.
So
13, you're very young when you finished.
Yeah, I was really young. And then I just started talking.
Okay. And what about Carol?
Okay, so the first thing that I learned in English was the colors because I used to watch Dora the Explorer. But then I went to school and I used to have the English classes, but it's just like Sophia said, it's more grammar and it's not this conversation that we have. So it was like little, I don't know how to say, but
It was boring.
yes. And then I went to the English school when I was 11, I think.
11.
Yes.
Okay. Did you start studying English at Glass School or another school?
Yes. No, Glass.
Okay. Glass School. All right. So, what are the strategies that you now use? Because you told me that before the beginning you used to listen to lots of music and watch TV series. Have you changed your strategies? And what is it that works better for you now?
Probably I would say that practice, because that's the best way to learn for me. And then, yeah, that's it.
And Julia, do you also practice with your mother, with your sisters? I don't know whether your father also
No,
speak English.
I was supposed to, but I don't.
What about Sophia?
I I think for doing like the same things I used to do, but now that I already graduated in English, so I try to like watch TV shows and movies with English subtitles or maybe none to like practice. I can't practice like speaking with my parents because they don't speak. So it's a little bit hard, but I try to practice this way, that because it was the way that I like improved the most.
All right. What about Carol?
The same as Sophia. Because like my mother speaks really little English, so I can't really talk to her. My father doesn't speak, and my brother is learning. So, watching things and listening to music, it really helps me. And it's working because I never have to study for an English test, so it's okay.
Okay. Carol, do you only listen to music or do you also sing along?
Yeah, I sing along too, very much.
Do you think it helps with
And
pronunciation,
sometimes,
intonation, all these things?
yeah, I think it helps. And when I don't understand or I don't know how to say the thing, then I search for the lyrics and
Mhm.
put it somewhere. Then I can listen someone saying that word, so I can learn how
Mhm.
to say it properly.
Okay, cool. All right. What about Carol?
I think that the same thing that the girls do, practice and listen to music, watch TV shows. I also like to watch talk shows because
Mm.
I think they use a different vocabulary, I don't know,
Mhm.
more common there. And yes, I think it's just that because no one in my family speaks English like that I live with.
All right. And Carol, so there's no one around for you to speak English. Of course, when we meet 3 times a week, we have a chance to speak a lot. But do you have any friend? Do you have any website where you can where you which you use to find friends?
Oh, actually, yes, I'm using Snapchat again.
Mm-hmm.
So I have some friends that they speak the English. I don't understand everything that they say because they abbreviated the thing. So they just try to understand what they are saying.
And they speak really fast. Really fast.
Yes, but not just that. Like the message that they send is like when we abbreviate the things at WhatsApp, they do the same
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yeah, but maybe over time you're going to start learning about these either acronyms or abbreviations, right? Because they become so repetitive that you get used to them. So, what about the others? Does anyone else here use any other website, or do you have any online friend where you can chat from time to time, not only typing but also talking, speaking?
Not really. I don't. I just talk in the with you and in the
Hmm.
classes, and I
Yeah.
think that's all.
I had some like friends, not really friends, but they are from the USA and they came here to Conquista for like some missionary stuff. And
Hmm.
they were at next teacher of my church, so he invited me to like meet them and all these things. So we exchanged numbers and we used to chat in a WhatsApp group. But then I just got tired of them and we don't speak
Whoa.
anymore. Yeah, it's not like in the mean way I got tired of them, but it's because we didn't have much um things to talk like in common. Yeah, it's like because we live in such different places and all these things and we didn't have much in common, so we just stopped talking.
All right. All right.
Yes, this is the
Uh,
problem. These people, they seems like they don't want to talk with us. It's horrible.
did anyone here ever have an opportunity to have an exchange student from any other country, not only the USA or from England, where you
Yeah,
had a chance to chat with?
yeah. Last year, some boys came to teach at my mom's school. So then we talked.
Okay, can you elaborate on that? So he came to teach at school, so he was a teacher.
No, no, they're students and they came here to teach how to program in Scratch and some robotics. And there were four boys. They came, one from England and three from US, but they all study at MIT. And then they came here to teach some students from public schools.
And for how long for?
Um, a month?
A
No,
month.
I 3 weeks, I guess. I don't remember.
Okay, okay. What about the others? Have you guys had any chance to spend some
Yes,
time with foreigners here?
yes. I met two girls from Germany. They were staying at my friend's house. That was a
Hmm.
exchange program, and then I talked with them. But I was beginning to learn the English, so I didn't understand everything that they used to say. They were saying.
Okay, but do you think that in a way they encourage you to be more motivated and learn the language?
Yes, because I was feeling dumb. I was like, I can't talk with her. What's my problem?
Okay, and
I,
now look at that.
I
Look
yes,
what you've achieved.
I was sad at the day, the end of the day.
Okay, all right. Now I want to ask you about grammar because as you know, we hardly ever study grammar the traditional way that
Thank God.
schools usually do. Thank God. Because it is boring, right? Doing all those grammar
Really boring.
exercises. Yeah, and we know that knowing the rules doesn't mean that you're going to put them all into practice, right?
Yeah.
Everybody studies grammar the traditional way, regular schools, and the majority of people don't really learn how to speak the language through grammar. What is your opinion about studying grammar?
Um, I don't have the best vocabulary in the world, but to studying the grammar, I think that only practice and having contact with the language. So then you learn.
Yeah, I don't like it either, but I don't think that learning like the traditional grammar and all this stuff is like the most important thing. I think that some stuff you have to learn, because if you don't learn, then you're going to talk the in the wrong
Mhm,
way. But
mhm.
it's not like the most important thing. Like in schools, we they usually are like grammar, 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 and nobody really learns nothing. So I don't think it's like a thing that's really necessary.
At school, we just see grammar, and the teacher always tried to teach us verb to be, but I never learned verb to be from the school. It didn't work. Oh, I don't like grammar.
And you know that you are naturally using the verb to be, even though you don't know the
Yeah.
rules of how to
No,
use it.
I learned how to use at class at school, not in my school.
And in a more natural way, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What about Sophia?
I think the same as the girls. I don't think it's important, but not the most important. And like in school, they teach us almost always stuck with grammar, and sometimes students can, like, when they don't know a word, they get stuck and they can like continue reading some test or anything. So I think it's nice to learn, but yeah, like manter equilíbrio in grammar and speaking and everything.
Okay. So I understand you are saying, maybe what you're saying is that vocabulary is more important than grammar.
I think that grammar is important to composition in these things.
Okay,
Yeah,
like if you want to write something more formal, yes?
Yes.
yeah,
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you all told me that you started studying English at an early age. And of course, you started studying because somehow your parents either pushed you or forced you or motivated you to start studying English. But today that you are around 16, 17 years old, but now, how important do you think it is for you to be able to speak English?
So English is the universal language. I don't know if I can say this, but
Hmm.
so it's really important. Anywhere you can go, you can speak English. They're gonna understand. So and that's how that's why, I guess. I don't know.
I think that of all languages that I learned, English is probably the most important one. Uh, because like I always wanted to study abroad, so if I can do that, I need English. If I want to travel, I need English. I don't like watching movies and this kind of stuff. How do you say dublado?
Dubbed.
Dubbed. So it's important because I can listen to things the original way. So I think English is very important to me.
There's something that I didn't say, but the business environment requires actually the English, because with the world all like connected,
Hmm.
everyone has a connection, so English is really important.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Carol.
I think that knowledge is always important. So it's good to learn the English because it's knowledge. And I think that open doors for you, like Carol
Hmm.
said, that if you want to travel, you have to know English because it's the easier way of communication that we will have.
Hmm.
Or to listen, read things in their original way, since almost everything is now American things, or
Hmm.
English feeling things and
Even if you go to other countries, because today, like Julia said, she used the term universal language, right? English is a universal
Yeah.
language, and this is very true. It's not only English is not only spoken in the U.S., Australia, India, or England, but everywhere. If you go to France, if you go to Spain, you're gonna be able to communicate using English.
Yeah.
once I read a text about globish. The globish is, I think, the union of global in English. That like even if the person can talk like the fluent English, they will use this one globish because it's easier to understand what the people in this. Like if I want to talk with someone from France, but I don't know how to speak
Mhm.
French, and she don't know how to speak Portuguese, but we both know how to speak English, but I can not be fluent to understand what they say in this or whatever. And this is globish.
Nice, nice. And this is beautiful, right? Because like we are Brazilians, we were born here. English is not our first language. We don't have to imitate American accent or British accent. We can speak English having our own identity as Brazilians and having our own
That's
accent because
that's
this is what determines who we are.
so a really important thing to learn English is that you knowing that your English is not gonna be perfect because we have accent. English is not our birth language, so we're gonna have accent. We're not gonna be talking perfect. So that's an important point to learn English.
I agree with everything you guys said. It opens a lot of doors when you like really learn. It's really nice.
The doors are all open for everyone here, right? Because you guys speak English so beautifully, and any opportunity you have, English is already checked in your resume. It's
Even
a
though
skill.
even though we have an accent, I know that I have a really bad accent.
No,
Oh,
no,
I
we
don't
all
think
have,
so.
but
It's beautiful. Your English is
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, and we have to be proud of the accent we have. I have accent, and I have
You
been
know,
studying English since I was 15 years old. I'm now almost 40, so it's been about 20,
5.
23 years already. But I myself, at first I was like, what about my accent? I want to lose it. But then I realized that uh, having an accent is part of my identity because I'm not American, I'm not British. So
But
I
you
think
don't have
it's,
an accent. I don't think
I
so.
do.
Really?
Yeah, maybe it's neutral. Like when I was in the USA, they said that I sounded English. When I was in England, they said that I sounded American. So I don't know exactly what kind of accent I have, but I have my own accent. This is something I'm sure of.
So I was traveling and I learned that your accent doesn't matter because everyone can understand you. So I
Yeah.
was going to travel. I was in Salvador's airport some time ago, and there was this man that he wanted to, like, when you have to pass a security guard to go get the plane, and
Hmm.
the guy only spoke English, and he needed to change his ticket, and the guard was trying to tell him that he needed to change his ticket, and he didn't understand because the guard only spoke Portuguese. And I was in line, and I told the guy what to do, and he understood me perfectly. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter if you have an accent or don't. When I was in France, I could do the check-in in a hotel too, and the girl understood me. So, the accent doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I once I traveled to Scotland, and then the guy told us that our English was pretty much in American English. We had the accent. And I told him that that's what we learned at schools.
Yeah, and it's also because we watch so many American movies, TV series. We listen to so many American songs, right?
Yeah.
So I think we are also influenced by these American market.
Oh, reading things in English. It's really important because you have contact with the language, how it is, right? You know,
Mm-hmm.
not only listen, because listening is important, but if you want to do some test, international tests, you have to know how to write.
Okay. In our last class, you told us that you read a lot, but in English you don't read that much.
Books, no, but some articles or text or some kind of thing.
I am reading the Becoming from by Michelle Obama in English,
Nice.
but I have read in Portuguese before.
But that's awesome because this is actually a very good strategy. So first you either watch or you read something in Portuguese so that you know what it's all about, and then you do it again in English because then it will become easier and you won't really struggle to get everything.
Oh, I like to do what Carol does the other way. I like to first read or see it in English and then read it, if I don't understand, read it in Portuguese. Because if I read in Portuguese first, then I get like I don't read it with the proper attention that I should give it because I already know what it's about.
That's what happened to me when I read Sherlock Holmes, because I read first in your classes, in English,
Mhm.
and then I read in Portuguese. But in English, we learn a lot of words, and then when we learn in Portuguese, we already know what is gonna happen, what it means.
When I like to spend some time on We Heard It, that it's like a social media. So there is like a lot of articles there, and most of them are in English. So I spend the time reading that. But books I used to read more, but now not that much.
Okay, guys, very good.
Thanks for listening. You can send me suggestions on Twitter, Instagram, or by voice message. Also, follow us on your favorite streaming platform to check out the next episode. On ingleseverywherepodcast.wordpress.com, you can have some further information about our show episodes, including transcripts. See ya!